What if I told you that one of the world's largest and most powerful animals trusts its life to a bird no bigger than your hand? Every single day, across the African savanna, a tiny creature stands guard over a giant, and without it, many rhinos might never see danger coming. Welcome to Wild Ag Survival. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe for more incredible wildlife stories and survival documentaries. In the endless grasslands of Africa, survival is a game of seconds. Every sound matters. Every movement could mean life or death. And for the rhinoceros, a creature weighing more than 2 tons, danger is always nearby. Despite its massive size and powerful horn, the rhino has a weakness. Its eyesight is surprisingly poor. A rhino can miss predators, approaching humans, and even obstacles that are only a short distance away. But nature had a solution waiting in the sky. Meet the oxpecker, a small bird with a big responsibility. At first glance, the relationship seems impossible. Why would a giant rhinoceros tolerate a bird jumping across its back, pecking at its skin, and sitting on its head? For centuries, scientists and explorers have watched this unusual friendship with fascination. The oxpecker spends much of its day riding on large mammals, especially rhinos. It feeds on ticks and parasites hidden in their thick skin. For the bird, it's an endless buffet. For the rhino, it's free pest control. But that isn't the most remarkable part of the story. Researchers have discovered that oxpeckers may act as living alarm systems. Their sharp eyes can detect movement long before a rhino notices anything unusual. When danger approaches, the birds often become restless, calling loudly and taking flight. And the rhino listens. Imagine standing in tall grass with limited vision. Somewhere nearby, a threat is moving silently toward you. Suddenly, the bird on your back begins to scream and flap its wings. That warning could mean the difference between life and death. In some areas of Africa, rhinos face dangers far greater than lions. Poachers continue to threaten these ancient animals, pushing several rhino species toward extinction. Scientists observing rhinos noticed something incredible. Rhinos with oxpeckers were often better at detecting approaching humans than those without them. The tiny birds seemed to provide an extra layer of protection. It's an extraordinary partnership, one built not on friendship as humans understand it, but on survival. Every morning, as the African sun rises, oxpeckers begin their work. They land softly on a rhino's back and search through every fold of skin. Their tiny feet move carefully across one of the strongest animals on Earth. The rhino remains calm. There is trust here, a silent agreement written by millions of years of evolution. But life in the wild is never simple. Some scientists have found that oxpeckers don't only eat ticks. At times, they may peck at open wounds, drinking blood and slowing the healing process. Nature, it turns out, is rarely perfect. This relationship exists in a delicate balance. The bird gains food, safety, and transportation. The rhino receives parasite removal and, perhaps most importantly, an early warning system. Neither animal is entirely selfless. And yet, together, they survive. One afternoon, a rhino moves slowly toward a watering hole. Hidden nearby, a lion watches from the tall grass. The big cat knows it cannot easily bring down a healthy adult rhino, but a young calf would be another story. Before the lion can move closer, the oxpecker notices. Its calls break the silence of the savanna. The mother rhino lifts her head immediately. She turns toward the sound, placing herself between the danger and her calf. The opportunity is gone. The lion retreats into the grass. Once again, the tiny guardian has done its job. Stories like this unfold every day across Africa. Most will never be seen by human eyes. There are no crowds to cheer, no cameras recording every moment. Just a bird and a giant, surviving together beneath an endless sky. The rhinoceros has walked this earth for millions of years. It survived changing climates, ancient predators, and the rise of humanity itself. Yet today, its future remains uncertain. Perhaps that's why the oxpecker's story matters so much. It reminds us that in nature, size isn't everything. Sometimes, the smallest creatures make the biggest difference. A tiny bird weighing less than an apple can help protect an animal weighing thousands of pounds. That's one of the greatest lessons the wild has to offer. Nature is filled with hidden alliances, partnerships so extraordinary that they seem almost impossible. And among them, few are as remarkable as the bond between the oxpecker and the rhinoceros. Tomorrow, as the sun rises once more over the African plains, the tiny guardian will return to work. And somewhere in the distance, a giant will continue to trust the smallest of allies. Ending and call to action. The next time someone tells you that size determines strength, remember the oxpecker and the rhinoceros. In the wild, survival often belongs to those who stand together. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more amazing wildlife adventures on Wild Egg Survival.